Hello all, it is Sierra here once again. Time for the weekly vlog and or review. Today is a review on the Vladimir Tod series by Heather Brewer. I just recently decided, I had read the first and second book in the 8th grade, and it's been 2 years since then, so I decided to read all 5 of them, because I recently got all 5 of them in my possession, so I reread the first and second book, and read the third, fourth, and fifth book. Um, I would like to say that I do like the Vladimir Tod series. I do. I like it a lot, but there are things about it that I don't like. One of the things I don't like about the Vladimir Tod series is that it's a bit amateurish, and I'm not saying that to offend Heather Brewer or anything like that, because I do love her books. I love her books. I really do. But it just seems like she doesn't put forth as much effort into the books as she could. Like, it seems very rushed, and there are times where you don't understand where they are. Like, I just recently got done reading the fifth book, and there was a part where I couldn't tell if they were at Nellie's house or if they were at Otis/Vlad's old house, and it was just very confusing for me at some parts. It also, I think another reason I don't like the books is because it's in third person, and I prefer books in first person because it's easier for me to imagine myself as the character and really get into the books. I do like the story of Vladimir Tod because it doesn't ridicule vampires, and I like the Twilight series. I just don't like some aspects of the vampires that Stephenie Meyer has in her books, like the fact that they sparkle. Yes, I know that bothers a lot of people because most of you probably agree with me that vampires should not sparkle. Awkward pause there because I was just searching for some papers. Anyway, Heather Brewer actually, I don't know if this was intentional or not, but I'm pretty sure it was intentional, made a shot at Twilight in her, was it fifth? Yes, it was the fifth book. It was the fifth book because I just got done reading that book, and it was Vlad and Meredith had a very awkward kiss, and he like wiped lip gloss off of his lips, and the quote was, Vlad wiped the lip gloss off of his lips because, after all, vampires don't sparkle. And I'm sorry, but I was in the middle of class whenever I read that, and it cracked me up, and I just about got kicked out of the class for disturbance because I thought that was just utterly hilarious. I'm probably going to give some spoilers from this point on, so if you haven't read the Vladimir Tod series and you're thinking about it and you don't want things to be ruined for you, you probably shouldn't go beyond this point in the video. Just saying, one thing that I really didn't like about the Vladimir Tod series was the relationship between Vlad and Joss. It was just too much. Like, it was like 1 second they were best friends, and the next second they were fighting. And I get it's because they are friends, and Joss is a slayer, and Vlad is a vampire. But how quickly they changed, and how quickly the trust was there, and then the trust was gone. I mean, it just didn't make sense to me. I'm sorry, but if I made friends with somebody, and they drove a stake through my heart, I probably wouldn't trust them for years and years and years to come. Another thing that kind of bothered me about the series was that Meredith, there was one scene with Meredith and Snow, and they fought, like, basically over Vlad, and I kind of wanted to punch Meredith in the face because it's like, she's with Joss now, not Vlad anymore, so why would she still be hung up over Vlad if she has moved on and is now dating Joss? And I think Snow made a very valid point whenever they were arguing. She said, I don't need every boy to have a crush on me. Which basically implied that she thinks Meredith needs to have a lot of guys. That's something I can completely agree with, because it does seem like Meredith seemed like she needed to have attention, like she needed to be in a relationship. And she really didn't know anything about Vlad when they were dating. I also didn't like how pink Meredith was. It's probably because I don't like the color pink, but I'm sorry, even if pink is your favorite color, I know nobody on this earth who wears that much pink. Like, you see people in movies and stuff who wear that much pink, but I have never seen anybody who wears as much pink as Meredith. It's pink every single day. Pink shirts, pink dresses, pink lip gloss, pink, 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 pink. Cannot stand how much pink that girl would wear, according to the descriptions and stuff. Coming up right now is a major spoiler, so, you probably don't want to hear this if you haven't read the books, because it ruins everything for you. So, you should definitely just cut the video off right now. Last warning, just stop. Alright, if you haven't stopped by now, then you probably don't care and you want to hear this. I hated the end of the 5th book. Like, I know that's harsh to say, but I'm very disappointed that Heather killed off Nellie. I mean, she killed off a lot of people. I mean, Principal Snellgrove was killed off, Nellie was killed off, Snow seemingly got killed off, but she wasn't really killed off because Vlad turned her into a vampire and stuff. But I cried. Like, I cried whenever I realized Nellie really was dead. Like, I thought that maybe Nellie hadn't really been cleaned out dry from Thomas. Maybe she was still alive somewhat. But no, she was flat out dead. And I was like, why would you do that? Seriously, why would she kill off Nellie? And Heather Brewer, if you are watching this for some, I want to know when I want you to comment this video and tell me, why did you kill Nellie? Because I cannot stand that. I mean, you would think that Vlad had been through enough. You wouldn't kill off his second mom, but I guess it kind of did add depth. In her little section in the back of the book that tells you about Heather Brewer, it says she doesn't believe in happy endings, and I guess that's kind of a twist as to why she doesn't believe in it's a non-happy ending because Vlad does lose his second mom. I cried. I couldn't stand the loss of Nellie, especially because her and Otis were about to get married, and I wanted them to have vampire babies, even if it was impossible for them to have vampire babies. Would have been amazing for them to be married and deeply in love and an amazing couple. I did like how she put in the little thing about about Otis's hat, why Otis wore such a gaudy purple hat, and it was because Nellie had given it to him years before when she was still in college. I thought that was the sweetest thing ever. Another question, just, chances are very, very low that Heather Brewer is watching this, but Heather Brewer, my supreme overlord, if you are watching this, what is up with Snow's eyes glowing iridescent green? I want to know what was up with that. I want to know more, and I don't think you're going to have more books explaining why her eyes were green, and I want to know. I seriously do. Is she a holder of the prophecy? Is she another Pravis? What's going on there? Like, Pravis, whatever this, like, I want to know what is going on. I want to know why her eyes do that, and it's killing me from the inside because I don't know what happened. This seems to turn into a vlog more than a review. Anyway. Yeah, this really did turn into more of a vlog than a review. I need to make this into a review. So, overall, I think that, the Vladimir Tod series is definitely something you should read. I enjoyed it, even though there were certain things that I didn't get or certain things that I wasn't sure about, I didn't like. But, you're always going to read a book, and there are going to be parts of it that you didn't like. This is going to be no different. But, Heather Brewer, I think that she's just an amazing author because since book 1 she had me hooked, she had me wanting to read the books, and it just took me a little while to remember that they were stacked up on my bookshelf. So, all around the Vladimir Tod series, I think I would give it I'd say an 7 or an 8 out of 10. Just because, of the confusing parts that I found, and it's only my opinion of the book. If you want to read these books or you want to know more about the Vladimir Tod series, I posted a link down in the description box of Heather Brewer's website. I would also suggest that you should definitely enter her contest, because they're loads of fun. Like the last one, the first one that I entered, the first I can talk, I swear I can. The first contest that I entered was a writing contest, and it was like in 500 words or less, write your own vampire story. And I wrote mine, but it was whenever I was a very novice writer, like this was back when I was in the 8th grade. But I entered it, I didn't win, but whatever, it happens. You're not gonna win your first contest or anything like that. I believe that the one that she has going on right now is draw on the back of a postcard and send it into her, and like the design that she likes the best will be the design that gets a Heather Brewer plushie. I don't personally, I know I love Heather Brewer, but I wouldn't want a plushie of her. I mean, I love her. I don't know. It's kind of creepy having a plushie of an author staring at you at night. I mean, I already have my Chimchar plushie doing that. But I would definitely suggest you go check out her website, see what you can win, get some of your own minion bling, and go grab those books and read them, because they are worth reading, in my opinion, especially if you like vampires, like the vampires who can get staked and can be killed and can be hurt, and the vampires that don't sparkle. So, that's all I gotta say about this book for now, and I guess I'll see you guys later. Peace out.